Well, welcome everybody back to Briefly Speaking. We're super excited to have our guest section that we're starting back up again. So previously, we've done different employees kind of explaining what they do on a daily basis in City Hall. Well, we are really fortunate to be featuring our new city administrator. Welcome, Hank.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. So you've been with us now, how many months?
About 2 months.
Okay, so we're fresh. We're still kind of feeling it all about.
Yes, trying to get in the groove still a little bit.
Yep. And so what we kind of wanted to talk about today specifically was what is a city administrator? What does it do? And how do you work with the mayor? And why does that look a little differently here in Box Elder?
Absolutely. So I think the city administrator position is probably, I think, fair to say, not something that everyone always knows about, right? A lot of times what the work is behind the scenes. But the way I always like to put it is, the mayor and the city council set the direction. They set the tone, set where we're going, and then it's my job to be that day-to-day oversight of all of our department heads to get us to where we're going. So, jokingly, if we're using the bus analogy, right, the mayor and the city council, they're setting the map, they're setting the direction, and it's my job to drive the bus along with the whole city staff and our whole organization to move it forward.
And you've done a great job of really taking care of listening to all the employees that you've been here so far, meeting with each individual one. I think as anybody in a workplace, that is something when you've got a new boss coming in, that's such a great piece to get to know who you're working with, what their priorities are, how you can help on a day-to-day basis. So that's been really exciting to watch.
Yeah.
But you have come from Pierre, is that right?
Yes.
East River.
I know. Don't hold it against me. As my wife jokes, we did our sentence in Pierre, so now we can enjoy our life in the hills. But, to your initial point, it was super important, coming from the outside to the city, to really have that opportunity to sit down with everybody here in the city to understand the things that are going well, the things that maybe we can tweak or make better, and just make sure that we're all in lockstep. The city's growing fast, and there's a lot happening. I want to make sure that we're all heading in the right direction and heading in the same direction together. But I originally came from Pierre and worked in state government. I was a special agent and a supervisory agent with the State Division of Criminal Investigation. So I'm a police officer by trade. Don't hold it against me. But it's been a really good transition out west for my wife and I, and then being part of the city here.
Well, wonderful. Welcome to the Hills, obviously.
Thank you.
What is something you're most looking forward about now living in the Black Hills?
No humidity or lower humidity.
Lower humidity.
But no, my wife and I, we have our dog, and we just love being able to spend time outside and explore and, just enjoy all the things that the Hills has to offer, and being in a little bit of a bigger place with some more things to do. My wife, who is a native South Dakotan, has also been progressively making that move further west. So we've really enjoyed just being out here and getting to know the people, getting to know the area better.
Wonderful. Now, when it comes to working with the mayor and your guys' relationship from a working standpoint, how does that kind of marry into what City Council does? We want to go a little bit deeper on why Box Elder is different in a sense from our neighboring cities around us.
So, obviously, when the city initially created, that was the structure they picked. But I think where we stand to benefit as the city by having kind of that split role is it really allows the mayor and the council to be in tune with the things that the community needs, the community is important or finding important, allows them to be that voice and that conduit and then set that policy, right? So it has a good separation between representing the people, which is what their whole job is and their primary job is, setting that direction, and then allowing the staff to follow through and to take that torch and lead it forward. But again, I think it really ensures that we have that community connectivity, allowing the mayor and the council to focus on what the community truly needs and being that liaison and that representative of the community here at City Hall.
Wonderful. Do you have anything to add, Mayor?
Well, I look at like the mayor's job really when we have a city administrator as being kind of the face of the city. It's a 24/7 type of job. I live in the community. I'm meeting with people all the time. I can relay all that back to department heads, to the city administrator, whatever it might be. And also to let the people out in the community know what's going on, because they do tend to want to call city council or the mayor because we're community members. So, And then the day-to-day, the intricate stuff, that's what the city administrator handles. He takes care of all that and has been doing a great job so far. We wanted to, not that we didn't have that with the previous city administrator, but he was kind of took it as a temporary thing, and we wanted to have transparency and, you know, some real goals and go after them. And Hank's hit the road running. So.
Appreciate that. But I think to the mayor's point, you know, he really has that important role of being that ambassador for the city. And, you know, there's a lot of things that are going on around the city. You know, we have almost 100 employees, almost a $50 million budget. There's a lot of pokers in the fire. So having that separation where you have two folks at the tip of the spear, so to speak, making sure that the lights are staying on in the city, we're moving forward, but then we're being super responsive to the community and hearing what they need, and the mayor representing that and saying, hey, this is what needs to happen to accomplish what the city needs, I think is a really good, efficient split that ensures that we're doing at the city what the citizens of Box Elder need us to do.
Wonderful. Well, we just thank you so much for both explaining that. I know if you're not familiar with city government and what that looks like, these are two positions. You're familiar with one, but not the other. So I wanted to take some time to kind of
Absolutely.
look into that today. And I'll leave you with one more question, Hank.
Okay.
What's your favorite part so far of your 2-month stint with the city? What have you enjoyed the most?
There's lots of cool parts. You know, as you mentioned, one of the things that was super important was sitting down and doing those one-on-one meetings with every city employee, which admittedly I think people thought I was crazy when I first started doing them because it was a lot of time. But I think the part that I've enjoyed the most is really having those one-on-one time with each of the employees, because what I've found is we're super blessed and fortunate to have awesome staff here at the city that truly care about where the city's going, the direction that the city's going, and truly care about providing the highest level of service. No matter if it's one of our police officers or public works employees that are on the street doing the job and the most visible, or if it's in our finance office or HR, you know, it's super cool to hear how excited people are about the growth and development of the city and being committed to doing that. And to me, coming into the organization as a fresh face, that's really encouraging and exciting to experience and hear.
Awesome. That's a great place to work.
Absolutely, it is.
Yeah,
I've been super fortunate.
You're lucky because we did, like you said, have over the years hired what we feel are the best department heads, the best employees, all the way throughout the city. They're doing a great job, and you're
Absolutely.
lucky to be able to lead them and
I agree.
going forward.
Couldn't agree more.
Appreciate all that.
Well, speaking of listening to the citizens, we did want to kind of recap on where we're at with the chicken ordinance. That big chicken debate, and now giving you kind of an update on where we sit. Mayor's kind of going to walk us through that here.
Well, of course, we did get lots of input from the community, but then it went to our committee, our Legal Finance Committee, and from there it was sent to staff to come up with an ordinance, and then sent to council. And basically at our last meeting we had some discussion about it and decided that basically the way it was drafted with some input from the council was what they liked, and it was voted and passed forward with a first reading. An ordinance has to have 2 readings before it really becomes an actual law, you might say. And so it'll come up again at the next meeting for the second reading, and then if it passes, there could be changes. We don't know what'll happen. The council might have some suggestions. But then it'll if it passes, then it'll become ordinance, and then 20 days after that, you'll be able to have chickens.
It's a long process, but we're making our way through, and really it has been kind of speedy in the sense of how our staff has handled it and working with the public and city council to usher it through to make sure that we're listening to everybody on both sides.
Yeah, and I think we're kind of lucky because there are a lot of other cities that do have chickens. We were able to look at their ordinances. Rapid City just went through it, and so maybe that helped a little bit, so we didn't have to basically start from scratch.
Yeah, we didn't have to recreate the wheel.
From scratch, get it?
Yeah, scratch. Oh, I get it. Perfect. More chicken puns. You know I love them. Well, I thank you both for joining us today.
Absolutely.
We're going to hear from Mickey to talk about Salute to Ellsworth, which we're all looking forward to.
Yes.
This is going to be your first one.
My first salute to Ellsworth. I've been prepped.
You're going to love it. It's going to be great.
Have a great day. We appreciate it.
Yep, thank you.
We're back at Briefly Speaking, and I've got another 2 guests with me today. You obviously recognize Mickey, who handles all of our events, and we're going to talk to her in just a second. But I did want to introduce Susan, who you might have seen before on our social media pages. But Susan actually works for the Black Hills Children's Museum. Isn't that right, Susan?
Yes, I do.
So tell me a little bit about your position and kind of what you handle. handle?
So I'm the director of operations, and I just kind of handle everything behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Getting everything prepped and all the social media posts. And what we're going to talk about today is we've got a great event that's coming up this summer. It's going to be right around the corner. Tell us a little bit about what we can expect from the Dream Big event.
So we're going to do the Dream Big Box Elder event on August 29th from 11 to 2.
Okay.
It's right down here at the community center, and we are going to have kids activities. We're going to have all of our conceptual designs set up. We're going to have free hot dogs, chips, and water.
Perfect.
And we're also going to have questions around the room because we would like to get the community's input.
It's really important in the sense that you guys have talked about this from a board perspective as well as from all of us are wanting this museum specifically in Box Elder, right? And engaging the community of Box Elder specifically. So talk to me a little bit about when I'm attending it. What can I see? What am I going to learn a little bit more about the museum?
So you'll be able to see all the conceptual designs and see what everything's going to look like.
That's exciting.
Hopefully all of our board members will be there so that you can talk to them, ask questions, find out more what's going on. And so, yeah, and then you'll also be able to see some of the kids' activities. We're going to kind of give some ideas of what exhibits might look like on a very much smaller basis.
Yeah, but still getting a feel of everything.
Yes.
Okay, now if I wanted to find out a little bit more information or just put it on my calendar, where can I go to learn more?
Go to our Facebook page, Black Hills Children's Museum, and there will be an event created. So look for the event, and there's also a post about it.
Awesome. And just one more quick plug for you. You do a wonderful job of putting together articles and educational blogs about why children's museums are really important to the area. So we would just want to do a shout out on thank you for posting that content. And you're not going to want to miss reading about it because she does a great job.
Thank you. BlackHillsChildren'sMuseum.org.
There you go. That sounds great. Well, thank you so much. And you are also going to be participating in our crown jewel, Salute to Ellsworth.
Yes, we're
Wonderful.
super excited.
Great. Well, that brings us over to Mickey, who is going to give us all of that information about this year's Salute to Ellsworth.
So on Friday, we have the Liberty Center YMCA Color Me Red, White, and Blue Run. That will start at 5:30, so you can head to their website to get more information on how to sign up for that. And then on Saturday from 9 to 2, we have 2 events going on.
Okay.
So we have the YFS Harvest Festival, and then the at the Air and Space Museum is the Wings and Wheels car show.
One of my favorites. I loved it last year.
It's really cool. I love how they have the planes and then they put the cars underneath them, and they had over 1,000 people there last year, so
goodness.
it was really neat. And then that goes till 2. So then after 2 o'clock, around 3, we start with our parade, and then all of our festivities go all the way to about 8 o'clock when the fireworks happen. So.
Which is going to be perfect. So you've got your entire Saturday planned. So just like block out that weekend. And what are those dates again?
It is September 11th for the color run, and then September 12th for Salute to Ellsworth.
Perfect. And you want to make sure you go to that Harvest Festival first thing in the morning, and then to the car show, and then you can't forget about the parade and fireworks and all of the activities that you bring out with all of your wonderful vendors. Free cotton candy again this year, right?
Yep, and face painting.
And face painting.
Yes.
See, these are the lines you're going to want to get in beforehand. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes.
And we're going to have you out again as a nice reminder of what all the events that we can look forward to. And do we have any sponsors we should thank?
Liberty Superstores is the biggest sponsor we have this year, so I want to do a shout out to them. Everybody else, we greatly appreciate. They're going to be listed on our website and any of our media that we have. So
Wonderful. Well, okay, well, there's still some time yet if people want to participate with Salute to Ellsworth, right?
yes, yep. You just go to our website. We're looking for food trucks, vendors, selling or non-selling, and then also our sponsors. We want them to sign up too. We need everybody to go online and sign up. There'll be 3 different forms. And the deadline for those signups is August 21st.
Okay.
So you'll want to get on soon and get those signed up. And then for the parade, our deadline is September 7th.
Perfect. And you're going to find that really easily. As soon as you go to our website, it's going to be on the main page. There's a flag, and it says Salute to Ellsworth, and all of that content will be right there. All of the forms made it super easy this year.
Yes. Yep. And just read through all the information. There's a lot of critical information in there. So.
And the more creative, the better when it comes to parades.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
You want to see everything.
Yes, anything. I love it.
Awesome. Well, thank you again, Mickey, for joining us, and we can't wait to talk more about Salute to Ellsworth as we get closer.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you, Susan. It was a pleasure to have you, and we'll see you next time on Briefly Speaking.